Hello everybody, and welcome back to this channel. I hope you've been doing wonderful, and thank you for watching this video if you are still there. I know it's been a while, almost like a year. Truthfully, it wasn't like an intentional break or anything, but nonetheless, I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy that you're here. These past months, I got a couple of commissions, and I want to take you through the process of how I did them and how I kind of planned them. I think that was very fun. But now I'm currently preparing for my first workshop, which is going to be in Italy, and it's extremely exciting. And I'm nervous, but in the good way. I really can't wait. So I've prepared like some sketches and some studies to bring over there, and we're gonna do some demos, and we're gonna have a wonderful time. So yeah, I look forward to that a lot. I suppose I'm also trying to find the balance between being very honest and honest and blunt, I suppose, but also keeping my privacy and my feelings and my mind just protected, especially because I think having shared bits and pieces of my life on the internet before, I think it took a toll on me. I've realized that I'm someone that is a sensitive person. I think it's also a good thing to be sensitive, because perhaps you have to be this way in order to paint, or in order to create. You have to build thick skin, and I think that's really good. When you expose your art, I think that's like the most vulnerable thing that you can do, because it's literally like a part of you. It's part of your mind and your heart and your feelings and your stories and your memories. I mean, I wouldn't want to do anything else, to be completely honest. But anyways, so this was a commission that I started back in Spain, and I brought it here to the US with me. She wanted me to basically replicate one of my older paintings, one of my Ophelia paintings, and this was a really good opportunity for me to paint another version, which is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, because I feel like my painting has improved and my technique has changed, and I thought it was about time to just do another version of a concept that I found so tragic yet beautiful at the same time. And honestly, anything Shakespearean is just like, I will say yes to that. So I gave her like a couple of sketches to choose from, and we first actually went with a slightly different one. She was more in the background and you could see a little bit more of the dress, but then a little bit later we kind of decided to focus more on like her face, and so I started it again, and I thought it was a really good call, and on her end as well. It was super challenging, to be honest, especially because I didn't have that many reference photos. I just had, from these photo shoot, it was of myself laying on this lake, not even lake, but I had this terrible wig on, and I just, oh my gosh. I especially wanted to add the flowers that she mentions towards the end. In her madness moment is rosemary and the pansies, and then violets.
Here's fennel for you, and columbines for flattery. You'll miss it now my father's gone.
Millet's Ophelia has this beautiful frame, but you know, these cost way more, so we went with a more simple frame, which I think it accentuates the greens, and I really like the gold frame against the radiance and the phthalo green. I think it looks gorgeous. Here it is in all its glory, all finished and framed. This always makes me so happy. But yeah, and I've been creating these mood boards with Milanote, and you're probably very familiar with these because they've been collaborating with me in the past several videos, which I'm super thankful for. But it's something that it just really helps me to stay on track, especially when it comes down to commissions, and this might happen to you as well. Some people, they just send me a lot of different pictures that they want their final image to look like. It really helps me to kind of stay on track and to know where we're going, and to not wonder about other ideas or just throwing other things around, and my mind just wanders sometimes. So it just really helps me as a visual person, and to see it, all of it. And you can even throw like little notes, everything that you find inspiring from frames. I'm adding even a color palette. And over here I was changing the corset completely. I took inspiration from our beloved Danielle, of course, because she's always somewhere in our paintings, and the little pansies, and just the sources from all of these texts. You can also share it with other people as well if you're doing a group project, which is also very nice. And yeah, so it is available for free with no time limit, so the link is gonna be in my description, and I promise you that you won't be disappointing. I use it for so many things, my life goals and my family goals, but anyway. And I'm going to scan it to have the file before I frame it and I pack it up, and I hope she likes it. Let's turn this on. So this is my beloved Epson Perfection. So when I started doing prints, I didn't use a scanner. I was using, I was just taking photos with my camera, but they would look blurry, they wouldn't be cohesive, so I struggled a lot until I found this scanner. And apparently everybody else in the art world knew about it besides me. But I researched a little bit, and I remember it was Happy, the artist. She had a video on how she made prints, and I saw the scanner and I thought I'll just give it a try because they looked very good. So obviously the painting it doesn't fit entirely, but that's okay, because what I do, I'm just going to put it first this way. Scanners right here, and the Epson scanner. So I do 600 dpi, and then image correction none, and then I just make sure to save it on the documents or wherever that I want. And I just select it, and it doesn't move. Yeah, I don't do any image correction over here because everything I'll do on Photoshop or Lightroom. I think one of the most amazing things about being a painter is that you can kind of sneak into people's lives and be part of a very special moment. And you know, in this case, it was Lara and her beautiful kitty Zuzu. And it was just so lovely to paint, especially as a fellow cat mom. I totally relate to her love for her little baby. He's so cute, my goodness. Regarding white fur, it is always hard, you know, because white has all of these range of colors. There is the purples and there's the greens. So something that I have kind of learned is by using the warm white and to go very, very slowly adding layers of these very subtle colors. Some of them, they're very close in value, but they change their chroma. You might have some that are slightly more blue, slightly more green. And then as you build slowly these layers, then you can add the more brighter colors. And that's how you can get that sense of like white fur, dense white fur. Yay, it's done! Now we just have to wait for it to dry, and let's just hope that she likes it because she actually hasn't seen it. So we'll see, but I'm pretty happy about it. I think it turned out quite well. Take it from here. Just pay the invoice for the frame. Yay! Sorry, I had like a little heart attack, but guess what arrived in the mail? These are for my workshop in Italy, which by the way, it's so incredibly heavy. I don't even know how I'm gonna take this over there, but I'll take it somehow. And this is from Gambling, because they are giving each student a whole, like an entire set of the main colors that I use. So the palette that I put together, and I'm just so happy. So it was so heavy. I think it's honestly the best way to learn is to be with other people that they love art just as much as you do, and it doesn't matter the level, beginner or advanced. I'm gonna open one of those and I'm gonna show you what it is. So just let's see. This is the artist palette that they usually have, but they changed the warm white for me because I use it instead of the titanium white. So this is what each student will receive, and this is thanks to Gambling. Like, they are just amazing. They're always so supportive. I'm just incredibly thankful. Even like back then, when I was barely starting art, they were so kind to me always. So. Truthfully, I'm not much of a reader, and I push myself to read much more these days. But my dad loves to read, and he has recommended me this author for a long time. His name is Albert Camus. And he wrote this book called The Summer in the 1950s. I have not read the entire book, but I have read this lovely essay, and it's very short, so it's very easy to read. But he basically talks about the time that he spends in Algiers and the summer heat and the summer days and how hot they are and what people do. He writes in a very imaginative way. I can completely see these people in my mind. It is almost like a painting, the way he describes things and how beautifully he does. And so this inspired me a lot to paint this like Midsummer Night Dream kind of painting. The last part of the essay I really liked, and if I may, I would love to read this to you. There, the world began over again every day in an ever new light. Oh, light! This is the cry of all the characters of ancient drama brought face to face with their fates. This last resort was ours, too, and I knew it now. In the middle of winter, I at last discovered that there was in me an invincible summer. And I believe now this last quote is used in mugs and merchandising and things like that. But truthfully, I feel like this kind of comes back to full circle with what it is my intention whenever I share my process or my art or my thoughts, is to keep going. The ability to continue to do this beautiful but very hard craft. And we're not so far apart, there's always something happening around us, whether it is health issues or somebody in our family or financial or heartaches, and what we have to do is just to continue to paint and use this as a tool to navigate life. If I could tell you how much painting has helped me in every situation, through every hardship, but the fact that you are still here and that you're still doing this, I think it's just beautiful, and it's so worthy of being seen and being heard and being listened and being read.